considered as the channels of distribution. We can say, in other words, a channel of distribution is the path along which goods move. From where goods are moving from the producers, and where it will reach to the consumers. So, the route with which goods move from producers to consumers can be considered as channel of distribution. When we are saying the meaning in detail, we have middlemen here for connecting producers and consumers, and they are the channels of distribution. And they perform various functions like buying, selling, storage, etc. And these persons, when we are dividing it into two, we can say it as direct channel and indirect channel. In the case of direct channel, producers sell goods or services directly to the consumers. There is no middleman to come between the producers and consumers. And producers sell directly to the consumers through door-to-door salesmen and through their own retail stores. The picture clearly shows producers are giving directly to the consumers. In the case of indirect channel, if the producer is producing goods on a large scale, it may not be possible for him to sell goods directly to consumers. He sells goods through middlemen. These middlemen may be wholesalers or retailers. So, from the picture you can identify it as an indirect channel, producers to retailers and retailers to consumers. So, in the indirect channel, there involves various middlemen. For what? For the distribution of the goods. So, middlemen constitute the indirect channel. Under that, you can divide them into wholesaler and retailer. And a wholesaler is a person who buys goods in large quantities from the producers. Retailer is one who buys goods from wholesalers or producers and sells it directly to consumers according to the requirements of the consumers. I am saying requirements means consumers need only small quantities. According to their requirement, retailers are arranging the product in various small slots. Picture clearly helps you to go to the indirect channel, which is starting from the producer and ending with the consumer, and in between middlemen like wholesaler and retailer. Another type of indirect channel I have mentioned, producers will distribute directly to the retailers and retailers will distribute directly to the consumers. End users, consumers. Here is another picture also which will clearly mention you. Producers are linked to various types of retailers and each retailer is giving or distributing the goods to different type of consumers. That is, according to the needs of the consumers, they are coming to different retail outlets. When is indirect channel used? When the goods cater to the local market, for example, perishable goods like breads, biscuits, patties, etc. are needed for the local market, then indirect channel is used. Indirect channel can also be used when the retailers are big and buy in bulk but sell in smaller units directly to the consumers. As an example, I can say departmental store, super bazaars, etc. can be included as indirect channel. Who can be the wholesalers or what can be the meaning of the wholesaler? Here, persons who buy goods in bulk from the producers can be the wholesalers and they sell them in small quantities to the retailers. Wholesalers deal with a limited variety of items and also in a specific line of product. Example, iron and steel, textiles, paper, electrical appliances, etc. If you go to a market where there is a dealer who is dealing with textiles, that is, in that market most of the persons will deal with the same type of product. So, that is a wholesale market dealing with the textiles. So, a single line of product or specific line of product is dealt by the wholesalers. What can be the characteristics of wholesalers? They buy goods directly from producers. They buy goods directly from manufacturers. And they buy in large quantity and sell in smaller quantities to the retailers. And wholesalers sell different varieties of a particular line of product like textiles, stationery, etc. And wholesalers employ a number of agents for the distribution of products. Wholesalers need large amount of capital to be invested in business. When we are considering the features of wholesalers or characteristics of wholesalers, we can mention they provide credit facility to retailers. Wholesalers provide financial assistance to producers. And wholesalers are located in one particular area of the market. What can be the functions of wholesalers? Wholesalers deal with a variety of functions. Let me discuss it one by one. As a first function, I can say they collect goods. Wholesaler collects goods from manufacturers or producers in large quantity and sells them to retailers. For what they are doing this? For making profit. Then as a second function of wholesaler, we can say storage of goods. Wholesalers collect the goods and stores them safely in their warehouses till they are sold out. In the case of perishable goods, wholesalers store them in cold storage. Perishable goods like fruits, vegetables, etc. As another function, I would like to say distribution is being done by the wholesalers. They sell goods to different retailers in smaller quantities. So, thereby the distribution activity is also mentioned here. Then coming to financing as a function of wholesaler. Wholesaler provides financial support to producers and manufacturers by providing money in advance to them. And wholesaler sells goods to the retailer on credit also. So, supporting both the producers and the retailers in the case of giving finance or credit facility. Wholesalers perform another function which is considered as most important, that is risk taking. They buy finished goods from the producer and keeps them in the warehouses till they are sold. And wholesalers assumes the risks arising out of changes in demand, rise in price, spoilage or destruction of the goods. Functions of the wholesalers, as a function we would like to say grading also. Wholesaler classifies the goods in different categories or grades the goods on the basis of quality, size and weight. Wholesaler undertakes packing of goods which facilitates trade. Wholesalers give brand names to the products they deal in. And another function of the wholesaler is the pricing. The final prices are set by the wholesalers. They provide stability to the prices by regulating supply of goods in accordance with the demand for them. And wholesalers influence market conditions. the demand for the goods and the taste of the people and make necessary arrangements to meet the demand when it comes up. So, wholesalers influences the market conditions in such a manner so that the demand will increase. Now, we can move to retailers. Traders who buy goods from the wholesalers or sometimes from the producers and sell them to the consumers can be considered as retailers. They operate through a retail shop and sell goods in small quantities. They keep a variety of items of daily use. Retailers have direct contact with consumers. Retailers know the requirements of the consumers and keep goods accordingly in their shop. And retailers sell goods not for resale but for ultimate use by consumers. That is, retailers are selling goods directly to the consumers. They are not selling it to another agent for selling purpose or for resale purpose. Retailers buy and sell goods in small quantities when compared to the wholesalers. Retailers require less capital to start and to run the business when compared to the wholesalers. Retailers deal with different varieties of products and give a wide choice to the consumers to buy that product. Retailers purchase the goods on credit, but normally they sell them for cash. Retailers give special attention towards decoration of the shop as well as display of the goods in their shop. Why the retailers are doing this? Because consumers are coming and directly approaching the retailers. So, in order to attract the consumers, they give special attention for decorating their shops and to make the display in such a way so that consumers are so interested to buy that particular product. Functions of retailers includes buying and assembling of goods. Retailers buy and assemble variety of goods from different wholesalers and manufacturers. Retailers keep goods of those brands and variety which are liked by the consumers and the quantity in which these are in demand. Suppose if you are seeing 10 tons of a particular product, for example wheat or rice, etc., will the consumer be able to buy that? No. So, according to the needs of the consumers, 1 kilo, half kg, like that retailers are packing and displaying them in their shops so that consumers will get attracted because of the quantity according to the demand that is being displayed. So, they will be liked to enter into that retail outlet again and again if there are different variety of the same type of product. Then storage as a function of the retailer. Keeping the goods in stores to ensure ready supply of goods to the consumer is a function of retailer. Goods can be taken out of these stores and sold to the customers as and when required. This saves consumers from botheration of buying goods in bulk and storing by the consumers. Credit facility is also a function provided by the retailer. Some cases, retailers supply goods on credit to their regular customers. Credit facility is also provided to those customers who buy goods in large quantity in certain cases. Then there are some personal services that is also included as a function of retailer. Retailer provide expert advice relating to the quality, features and usefulness of the item. For example, if you are going to an electronic shop, you don't know much about the usefulness of that particular electronic item. Definitely retailers are there for you to advise regarding the quality of that product, regarding the features of that product, regarding the useful life of that particular product. So, similar is the case with even perishable goods also. Sometimes you may not be able to know for what purpose that particular product can be used. Here comes the support of the retailer to give you advice. So, they give expert advice. Similarly, in case of durable goods, you will be in a confusion whether you like this or whether you should buy this product or that product. In such cases, retailers give suggestions considering the likes and dislikes of the consumers. Similarly, nowadays, retailers are providing free home delivery service to the consumers. Most of the consumers are working women as well as whole family members are working, so that they will not get enough time to spend for shopping. So, nowadays, retailers are delivering their products at their doorsteps, and that too free home delivery services being provided. Retailers create place utility by making the goods available wherever they are demanded. According to the demands of the consumer, retailers are making the goods available to the consumers. Another function of retailer, risk bearing. Retailers bear many risks. If there is a fire in their retail outlets, that is a loss coming to them only. If any theft occurs to their retail outlet, that is also a loss that should be borne by them. Products are not stored in the proper temperature or in proper condition. Deterioration in the quality of goods will take place, and they will not be able to sell that particular product. If the quality is diminished, sometimes the product cannot be sold out. Similarly, change in fashion, change in the taste of the consumers, etc. definitely affect the profit of the retailer. So, they are bearing the risk relating to change in fashion, taste of the consumers, etc. Another function of retailer, display of goods. When we are considering the channel of distribution, producers need not display any item. Wholesalers need not display any item. Only the retailers should display different products that is available with them in such an attractive manner, in such a systematic manner. It helps in the quick sales or delivery of the goods. If you are displaying it in a proper manner, consumers get attracted, they will see the product properly. Definitely it will improve the sales of that particular product. As a function of retailer, we can include supply of information. Retailers provide all information about the taste, fashion and demands of the consumers, as well as behavior of the consumers. To whom these informations are provided? They are providing this information to the producers through wholesalers, because only then production process will be made in such a manner, that is in a consumer friendly manner or customer friendly manner. Retailers are supposed to watch the taste, fashions and demands of the consumers, so that the production process can take place according to the needs and demands of the customers. Retailers become a very useful source of information even for market research. Now let us study the differences between wholesalers and retailers. When we are considering quantity as a basis, we can differentiate wholesaler and retailer in this way. Wholesalers buy goods in large quantities. Retailers buy goods in small quantities. when considering source as a base, retailers buy directly from wholesalers and wholesalers buy directly from producers. Wholesalers deal with limited variety of goods. Retailers deal with wide range of goods. Wholesalers need more capital for investment because they are storing more products. Retailers require less capital for investment if it is a small retail outlet. Wholesalers sells for resale. Retailers sells for consumption. Similarly, wholesalers do not have any direct contact with customers. Retailers have direct contact with customers. Wholesalers are not giving any special attention for attracting the consumers. Retailers should attract the consumers, and in what way they are doing? They are decorating the shops and displaying the products in such an attractive manner so that consumers will come and buy the product very soon, that as fast sales is possible. So, in this chapter, we have discussed the meaning of channels of distribution, different channels of distribution, functions of wholesalers and retailers, and we have received certain idea relating to differences between wholesalers and retailers. Thank you very much.
घर बैठे पाएं राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान यानी NIOS में एडमिशन, वो भी एकदम आसान तरीके से, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को होगी समय और धन दोनों की बचत। NIOS से शिक्षा कभी भी कहीं भी। शिक्षार्थियों, क्या आप जानते हैं NIOS में एडमिशन लेने का सरल और सुगम तरीका, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को ऑनलाइन प्रवेश लेने में सहूलियत मिलती है। NIOS में प्रवेश की प्रक्रिया पूर्णतया ऑनलाइन है। शिक्षार्थी घर बैठे इंटरनेट द्वारा प्रवेश के लिए सबसे पहले NIOS की वेबसाइट www.nios.ac.in पर लॉगिन करें। अपना ईमेल आईडी और पासवर्ड डालकर अपना पंजीकरण करें। पंजीकरण के बाद लॉगिन करने पर ऑनलाइन प्रवेश हेतु आवेदन पत्र खुलेगा। आवेदन पत्र को निर्देशानुसार भरें और प्रिंट आउट लें। इस प्रिंट आउट पर अपनी फोटो संलग्न करें। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश के लिए शुल्क हेतु भुगतान के तरीके हैं: क्रेडिट कार्ड के द्वारा, डेबिट कार्ड के द्वारा, राष्ट्रीयकृत बैंक के ड्राफ्ट के माध्यम से, जो कि सचिव NIOS नई दिल्ली या नोएडा के पक्ष में देय हो। भरे हुए आवेदन पत्र के साथ साथ डिमांड ड्राफ्ट और संलग्न किए जाने वाले दस्तावेज हैं: जन्म रजिस्ट्रार के जिला कार्यालय से जारी जन्म प्रमाण पत्र की सत्यापित प्रति, जिसमें जन्म तिथि अंकित हो, पिछले विद्यालय से प्राप्त विद्यालय छोड़ने का प्रमाण पत्र, जिसमें आवेदक की जन्म तिथि लिखी हो, प्रवेश फॉर्म का प्रिंट आउट NIOS के संबद्ध क्षेत्रीय केंद्रों पर 10 दिनों में पहुंच जाना चाहिए। अन्यथा उचित दस्तावेज ना लगे होने पर आवेदन फॉर्म रद्द किया जा सकता है। प्रवेश प्रक्रिया की पुष्टि होने के बाद शिक्षार्थियों को परिचय पत्र व अध्ययन सामग्री डाक द्वारा तुरंत पहुंचाई जाती है। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश एक बहुत ही सुगम और सुविधाजनक प्रवेश प्रणाली है। ऑनलाइन ऑन टाइम फॉर सेफ एंड सिक्योर एडमिशन।
करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो,
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से
और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने। परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों